Well, thank you for staying with Daybreak. The conversation continues even during the break. They're fascinating young girls. They are very inspirational. And we would like to hear your feedback as well at Trevor Mbiji at Citizen TV Kenya. Use the hashtag Daybreak. We did speak to some of them earlier on, and this is what they had to say in terms of what is causing unrests and how it can be addressed. Listen.
So to me, what is really causing the rising of burning of schools here in Kenya is that teachers and students and the administration doesn't have a platform where they can come together and talk about things that are really disturbing the students. So the students, because they lack that platform, just go and release their anger by burning the schools, because when they burn the school will take action, and because of that they will be asked, why did you burn the school, and they might be able to give explanations.
I think it's because of these short holidays that students are experiencing. Like a holiday, if you can count the whole, like all of the holidays that we have had, they are like 1 month, and for students that is not enough. That's why they want to burn the schools and go home.
Yeah. Okay. I also think the other thing, we should love our schools more, because this is the place where our future is held. I would just like to give a scenario. You as a student, you're here and you're burning the school, you're planning to burn the school. What about the people who are going to come after you? Or like you as students, you just figure this question out. If the people who are ahead of you burn the school, would you be in the school now? No.
Yeah, so I think what we should do as students is that we should know the reason why we came to school. So the main reason why you came to school was to study and brighten your future. So when you come here, don't be influenced by other students.
You should know that the KCSE day won't change. You know, there are some schools which are still ongoing, and some of you are at home. Think twice as you do an action. You should be able to express your feelings. You should be able to have self-control of your feelings.
Fascinating that the dates of the exams don't change. Mercy, you're in Form 3 and Naj is in Form 1.
Yeah. How
do you relate cross-class? Because for us, when we were growing up, there was the mono, and then there was the Form 3 and Form 4.
In my school, there's this aspect of families. Yeah. Like, for example, I belong to the Sharks family, and there's a Form 4, a Form 3, a Form 2, and a Form 1. So during meals, we sit as family, and we sit 2 families per table. For example, she's from the Kangaroo family. If I'm the Sharks family, we may sit at the same table, so we have a time to converse, exchange ideas, give what's working and what's not working. And in a table, we all have our different roles. Just like home, that's why we say school is home. We all have our turns of wiping the table we eat on. So you see, like home, the way you turn, you take turns, washing the bowls. We actually eat in bowls. We don't like have, we don't make a queue to eat food. So it's more like home than school. Someone from outside might think, oh, this is a school, but to me, it's a home. Because even if things are not working at home, maybe there's a problem, I can always, even if it's a holiday, can always go back to school and they'll provide everything I need.
Well, that's fascinating, Naj. Yeah. So when something is not going right at home, you can go back to school and stay there.
Yeah.
And the school will give you meals, provide you just like a normal day at school, but the thing is there are no classes. So if you feel like home is not working for you, it's not safe, or you have other factors, you just don't want to be at home, you can always just get a bus and go to school.
Are there some of your peers who have gone through experiences that you would not like to see? Are there stories you hear of early childhood marriage or a home that is dysfunctional?
Yeah, very many. Like we have counseling sessions, by the way. So we have 2 full-time counselors. So we usually have group discussions, and the stories I hear, I feel like my life was very smooth compared to theirs, because you usually connect. The more you know about people's past, the better it is for you, and the easier it will be for you to converse with them freely. So when they're there, I usually share we have open communication. So you just hear people saying that, oh, my mother is not even at home, I don't even know her location, or I don't know, I had this accident when I was young. You just don't want all those things to happen to you. There are those who don't even, like, their fathers are like, I don't have food for you even, or he gives you 1 cup of rice and then just leaves for the whole day. You just have to eat that. So feeling that you having that 1 spoon of rice for like 3 meals a day is a blessing. Connecting with counseling is very good, and I also like to suggest that although it might be a bit of expense, it's good for you to have the peace of mind. You can't go to class to study if your mind is not in a mental state to do so. So it's, as we usually have counseling, if you feel like you want to go to the counselor, even in the middle of classes you go, because it's not disrupting the class. If you're just staring at the teacher, not even hearing what they're saying, it's very good to actually talk with the problem, because counseling is a conversation, and the conversation leads to what you're happy about. You know, you don't always talk about problems and what you have, what you want to fix.
Beatrice, when you came in first, you're in Form 3 now, When you came in, how was the experience at Daraja? What happened first as a Form 1? How did it begin for you?
My experience, the first day of my admission, I was happy. That was my first time to receive a warm hug from my sister. I was welcomed by my mother, Irene. So she's a Form 4. In the family, in a Form 1 is the daughter, a Form 2 is the mother, a Form 3 is the aunt, and a Form 4 is the grandmother. So as you proceed, your role of being a daughter, it will be a mother to a Form 1. So I felt it's like a miracle happening. It was my way forward to reach my goal.
So you're an aunt to someone now? Because you're in Form 3. And what does that entail? So do you guys sit and talk about issues? Do they tell you what the problem is? What role do you play now?
So the role you play, you make sure that everybody is on toes on what is going on in school. When you see somebody, not everybody is perfect, but when you see someone is making a mistake somewhere, a mother will step up, or an aunt, or the child, to correct the person who has made the mistake.
So we have family meetings even. You meet as a family, you make time, and then you discuss how the week has been or what's working for you, because sometimes you don't feel comfortable talking to a teacher, or you are not that communicative person who talks to a counselor, but your peers who your age mates with can be helpful in ways that sometimes those small troubles and burdens we have can be fixed with just a 5-minute conversation.
It's interesting. I want to hear about the family meeting a bit more. So what goes on there?
Family meeting, they usually happens every day. It depends with the family, and when family come together, we have also an adult. It might be a teacher or a member of a non-staff or a staff. So we come together, you say what worked, what did not work, and what school should do to make the thing that did not work to be more productive.
This concept, and Mercy, you also have Form 3 on this. Has this concept helped?
A lot.
In terms of what exactly? Support for the students, or what do you think comes through?
It's support for the students in the aspect of one of the pillars of our school. You're supposed to be accountable for every role we play in the school. So in the essence of my role as an aunt, what's my role? If my niece is sick, I might go to the matron, because it's my role as a parent, just like our parents back at home. And then you see, in a family, there's always a home. That's why we say our school is a home. There's this interconnection between us and our alumni. Each and every year, there's always a program where our alumni, they can come even hundreds, and we shall even sleep together in the same dorm. We sit down and talk, we play games, water games, because the essence of a home, when you when I get out of home, I'll always go back home. So you see, even our alumni, even after graduating from the transition program, they're still coming back because the school is home.
So the family bond never disappears?
Never.
No.
You know, Madam Victoria, the reason why I'm digging in on this is because there are quite a number of people who've said the reason why there's unrest in schools is a lack of parental guidance. But this is exactly what you're trying to instill in them, except it's not so much their biological parents. But do you agree with that statement that it is a lack of parental guidance that's the reason why there's this unrest?
To an extent, I agree that it is parental guidance. And just looking at the way of life, parents are busy, and it's unfortunate that it has such a big impact on our children. In that state of somebody is replacing you, you know, in the house, and you think things are working, you know, kids are well taken care of, they've come from school, you know, they have somebody in the house, but that's not you. And the contact of a parent with a child is super important. You find that you're picking on a behavior which you either raise or you correct. So the absenteeism of parents is a big deal. So to an extent, I agree that they are lacking the parental guidance. In my case, you know, with the kind of parents that I deal with, Daraja has put measures to make sure that we are complementing. You know, yes, we are becoming parents because quite a significant population of the girls do not have parents. You know, they are raised by grandmothers. And you just find that if we don't make up, then she'll either miss it and it will have an impact in their lives. So family trees is to help have values, but in itself is also to bring friendly environment amongst themselves. But more things we do is that stuff at Daraja. I mean, I'm not just a teacher. I am a parent. I am a mentor to the girls. Teachers are caregivers. It's understanding who the girl is as you teach your caregiving. We have counseling. We have non-teaching staff, and they have a lot of contact with the students. So you find that a girl is in a school environment, but the people around make her feel that they can go to. We love talking about safety nets, and we teach the girls how to understand the nets they have in the school, and also to understand the different hats that a person will wear. There are matters they will come to me as a head of school. There are matters they will come to me as a mentor. You know, Mercy will come and say, hey, I really love you. Yesterday she said, but how do you juggle all these things of managing the school? And I could pick her mind. It was more of learning a leadership role. And she will come to me as a business teacher, and we will learn business. So it's really helping the girls see outside the box, understand their bigger role. But just to answer you, I feel that the parental guidance is there and it is not there. I love somebody saying, are we really making our kids know that what they've done is wrong? So are we holding them accountable? Are we always, you know, justifying their behavior just to get them, you know, get away with it? And I feel that parents should really be aware of what our children are doing. Hold them accountable. Tomorrow, they're on their own.
Fascinating. So let me get some final feedback before we wind up on this conversation, and also we'd like to hear, so how do we come in? Because these are amazing girl child, and they're some of the best brains I've had in a while. And this is the future right here. So how do we come in as a people to support and ensure they have a fair chance, and you continue doing the brilliant work that you're doing? Let me bring up some of your quick feedback before we wind up on this conversation. Conrad Kulo says, a few years ago, it was quite easy to manage school unrest, and that was not because of corporal punishment. The key to this was parenthood. Parents were dedicated to the upbringing of their children. That is not the case today. All right? Let's squeeze in one more as we wind up on this conversation because of time. Engineer Lazaro says, very important discussion. We are getting information directly from the students. True, the main challenge are in discipline and peer pressure. Ministry should look for other ways of engaging students in order to come up with the solutions. All right, Beatrice, I'll start with you for closing remarks. All the students who are listening to you here, what would you like them to take home? What is your final message to them, your inspirational message to them?
I will advise my dear sister and brothers back that they should be mindful in whatever they are doing and be proactive. Yeah. Banning school is not the solution of dealing with matters of the periods of the holidays in school. Yeah. They should like have a big picture, saying that the future generation will use this school that I want to ban. Yeah. They should also ask themselves, what if this school was banned by the past generation? Where would I be right now? Yeah. I will not be having a place to study. So they should be mindful in whatever they are doing, and they should think twice before taking an action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Najma?
Currently, we are on our path to development. So banning schools will lead us back. It's like taking a step back because you have to rebuild before you take another step forward. And education is a very important step for us to have a developed country. So just take an example, like if you destroy a house today, you will still be the one to rebuild that house because you need a place for shelter tomorrow. So if you go ban schools today, what will happen to you tomorrow? Will you just be staying at home, then get married, then have children and start looking for jobs? It's not a solution. Just stay in school. Those 4 years will benefit you more than the rest of your life at home. So stop banning schools and be mindful of your decisions.
All right. Mercy?
I would like to tell my dear brothers and sisters out there, much has been said about us. We are tomorrow's leaders, and I believe people are not waiting for leaders who are there to corrupt the nation. And when I say corrupt, it means of solving things through violence. So if you're tomorrow's leaders, we should really think critically of the actions we take today, because I believe we are future parents, because I would love one day my son or my daughter to find a school for themselves. And I'll say what Wangari Maathai said. It's a quote on our school dining table. It's the small things that we do, that's what makes a difference.
All right.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Madam Victoria, you were talking about a benefit concert. So what is that about? And then also, how do we come in to help and ensure that girls such as them have a chance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so to get the girls getting this education, I said it's 100% population that is sponsored. Yeah. So in addition to teaching and getting them very comfortable in school, we love telling Kenyans to come on board and join the movement. This is really a movement. Daraja is a community school. And Najma is talking about 182 girls who were interviewed. And we got to take 36. I have sat with the 146.
Yeah.
And I know,
and they were all deserving.
I know they are as amazing as these amazing girls here, but we didn't take them. So Daraja is, we know the discomfort of not giving a girl an education. And so I'm calling Kenyans on board. Join this movement. I know with our experience, we can get more girls if resources are there. And to get it going, we bring awareness to people. So we have Daraja Benefit Concert tomorrow. We are super excited. And we are in Nairobi. Yeah. We are being hosted by Sabi School. Yeah. They have a beautiful auditorium. And we have 250 tickets. Yeah. Very few are remaining. So Kenyans, get on our Daraja website.
What is the website?
darajabenefitconcert.com.
Okay.
And buy your ticket right now. We have very few remaining, and we cannot wait to get the girls showcase their talents. Yeah. We have an amazing artist, Nikita Kering, who can be a better inspiration to the girls. Yeah. She'll be performing tomorrow. And beside that, my goal is to raise 12 scholarships. I hope that by the end of tomorrow we will have maybe more, because then I can have a double stream for next year. Okay. But if we can raise scholarships, it's 84,000 per term. Yeah. It's 250 per year. And that I know, whatever it is doing to a girl is more than. If you cannot afford 84, bring what you can. 1,000 is a school bag. 3,000 is personal supplies. And I know 3,000 is a lunch for someone.
Yeah.
But 3,000 is personal supplies for a whole term for a girl.
Yeah.
And she will have her sanitary towels, she will have soap, she will have books, and happy in class.
Yeah.
So I'm calling Kenyans on board. Welcome. Let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's do this because it's important, and this is giving a girl a chance. It's nothing to do with any of the profit that we're talking about. It's always about giving the girls a chance. And I'd like to see how Mercy Wangari reads the auto cue. So just get this story on board in just a bit as I take on the feedback. I'd like to hear how Mercy reads it because she wants to be a journalist as well as a doctor at the same time. Let's try out. Let's get a story on the auto cue and see how she reads it. But let's bring up the feedback as we set that up for her in just a bit. Right now. Are you up for the challenge, Mercy?
Yeah.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
All right, brilliant. So let's take on the feedback as we set this up. First of all, bring up the feedback. So Salahuddin Kimane says, for me, is the point of let the students cancel work, nurture leadership, and instill responsibility in your students, and everything will be fine. Great stuff at Daraja Academy. Brilliant minds at the Citizen TV Kenya studios. Keep doing your stuff, Daraja. That's a direct accolade to you, Madam Victoria. Let's see what Jacob Abera is saying. There's also interesting conversation there. Schools burning. My summary factors are adolescents plus single parenting plus absentee parenting is causing a bit of issues there as well. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Alua Willis says Daraja Girls Academy should be a study case for other schools and the education ministry. The concept of home at school is the best approach to mitigate the never-ending school unrest. Student-teacher relationship is vital to foster harmony. All right. Is there another one or should we read? Yes. Chiwo Sulwe says, I'm so impressed with the Daraja girls. Getting so much sense in that generation is a gem. Well done to all the people who have contributed to the same. All right? Remember, you too can contribute onto this as well. Just make sure that you jump in. You're looking for 12 scholarships, you said.
Yes.
So take on one girl. Give them a chance. It's the least we can do. All right? Brill. Now, Mercy Wangari. Let me cross over right to our upcoming journalist, Mercy Wangari. Mercy, what's the latest do you have for us?
Okay. Chief Justice Martha Koome has hit back at Deputy President William Ruto and his allies over their demands that she resigns from the Technical Working Committee on the 2022 elections, saying she will stay put. Koome, who chairs the committee, says her role in the committee was protected by law downplaying claims of bias and partiality and insisting the judiciary is independent. The DP and his allies want Koome out of the committee, claiming conflict of interest. Chemutai Goin reports.
Oh, brilliant. Well done. You see, you're already on your way to becoming a journalist. I want to thank you all for coming this morning. Asante Nisana, you can have your seat. And this has been Daraja Girls. There's a concert coming through, yeah? Brilliant. Go out there, support a girl. It's the least we can do. My name is Trevor Mbija. It's always a pleasure having you with us. Coming next, DJ Gigi. It's a gospel edition, all right? It's time to have some fun. Bye for now.